This is so weird. I'm never on time when watching new shows and movies. But I'm glad I was on time because K-pop Demon Hunters was really good. I'm personally not much of a K-pop fan, but I am a fan of musicals and fantasy, so this was still up my alley. In case you didn't know, K-pop Demon Hunters is a movie centering three idols, Mira, Zoe, and our protagonist Rumi, or Huntrix is their group name, as they protect the world from demons through song. It's a lot more complicated than that, but that's the quick and easy explanation. While I made my last review because I genuinely enjoyed Gentry Chow and wanted to spread the word about it, this movie has been talked about a lot, so I just wanted to give my thoughts on it. And since it's pretty well known, I will not be jumping around spoilers, sorry. Anyways, moving aside from that, let's just do a brief overview of the video. Like always, I'm going to start with what I enjoyed about the movie. While I'm mostly focusing on writing, I'll sprinkle in some other details every now and again. After that, I'll discuss the not so great bits about the movie, and then I'll discuss what I'd love to see in a potential sequel. Now, before we properly get into the video, hi, hello, I'm Mika and I make art and commentary videos on top of running a small art business where I sell stickers, prints, button pins, and acrylic charms, which can be found in the description below. Let me just start by saying that I adore the animation in the movie. Like, obviously the visuals are beautiful, the art style is wonderful, and the characters are so expressive. Like, seeing the animators allow our main three girls to have what's usually viewed as quote-unquote ugly expressions was really refreshing. Their noses flare, they make fun faces, and they give them double chins at times. These are like such bare bones things, but they stood out to me a lot. You can also tell when they aren't wearing makeup or don't have as much on. Their lips are lighter, Mira has eye bags, and Zoe has freckles. It's fun and makes them seem more human, especially since I feel like most pieces of media focus really hard on keeping their main characters visually appealing for most of their screen time, especially the women. This was nice. I'm glad they weren't mogging the entire movie. There's also just something about the Saja Boys' human disguises, with the exception of Jinu, that seem a bit uncanny. Not in like a skin crawling way, but there's something off about them in their human forms and I love it. Somebody pointed out that they look more natural in their demon forms and I can't help but agree. Also, the music, I've been listening to Huntrix and Saja Boys songs on repeat for the past week. I love it so much. Moving on to the actual rating of the movie, I really liked the main conflict of Rumi coming to terms with her markings and keeping them hidden from her friends. I'm also just a sucker for secrets being kept hidden and eventually being forcibly revealed, so maybe I'm biased. I also loved the dynamic between the three girls. They match each other's energies really well despite being so different from one another. The general theme of trust and found family was wonderful, and it seemed like Rumi's markings were also sort of used as a commentary on idols and celebrities needing to be perfect in order to uphold their public image. Rumi had to hide her imperfections away in fear of ruining her personal life, and it was encouraged by her parental figure, which also seems to reflect real-life child celebrities. The movie has a pretty loose ending. They didn't even achieve their goal in creating a golden moon, which acts as a barrier keeping demons out of the human world for an entire year. But it still works. It leaves this universe open to more installments, giving us more time to explore it. One last note, but the fact that the Huntrix manifest their weapons through the Honmoon is so good, oh my god. A really small note, but Mira and Zoe felt pretty bland. Mira especially felt a little flat, but that obviously could have just been the point. We didn't learn much about her, but she's also a very closed off person, and during the scene with the doctor, she's the only one he doesn't make a proper comment on because she didn't let him make a comment on her. She's so closed off that she refuses to let anybody get a hint of what she's feeling. It did make Rumi snapping at her for projecting her insecurities onto Rumi feel forced though. Like, where did said insecurities come from? Of course she's tired by the train scene, they all are, but being tired doesn't automatically make somebody insecure. I feel like a lot of things also came very abruptly. I'll get to it a little more later, but I also feel like they gloss over a few things. Like, people go missing, and we know that their souls are being taken, but we don't see the aftermath of that within the world. I feel like Slynk could have been utilized either a little less or a little more, if that makes sense. She's only really present in flashbacks and that one scene towards the end, but I feel like she shouldn't have been in anything outside of flashbacks if she wasn't going to matter at all. Maybe we could have gotten a little devil and angel on your shoulder thing through Celine and Jinu, While Celine is constantly telling Rumi to hide and seal away her markings, Jinu could be encouraging her to embrace them. Celine obviously being the devil and Jinu being the angel, ironically. Of course, there's only so much they could do with the runtime they were given, but I feel like the screen time Celine got could have gone to Rumi accepting herself on her own, or more development between her and Jinu. Speaking of which, sometimes I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't enjoy the dynamic between Jinu and Rumi. Or, well, it's not that I don't enjoy it, but I feel like it was super rushed. They met 1 or 2 times on their own, and suddenly Rumi's acting as if Jinu healed her voice. It felt like they were trying to force their relationship too much. I'm glad they didn't end up together at the end, so if it turns out that Jinu is still alive, they have a bit more time to like develop that relationship, you know? Rumi's role in the group seemed to get glazed over. Like, Mira choreographs everything, Zoe's the lyricist and seemingly raps the most, and Rumi is only the lead singer. I guess she probably works on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, both for their music and Hunter stuff. I'm just surprised people have her as their bias if she's mostly only doing behind the scenes stuff. I don't know, I'm not too into groups like this in real life, so maybe this is normal. And they do seem to work on things as a group, but during their initial intro, Rumi's really just came down to, oh my god, her mom is so cool and Rumi's voice is amazing, which, I don't know, that doesn't seem like much. Maybe she's charismatic in interviews, I don't know. They also spent a lot of the movie making you really think on if demons are truly evil, but we only really saw this with Jinu and Rumi. We saw the rest of the Saja Boys emote while disguised, but they didn't give anybody else a chance to redeem themselves. But I'm also gonna get to this in the next section because we are probably getting a sequel. Okay, nothing's been hinted at or confirmed, but Netflix would be stupid to not try to jump on this movie and make a sequel for it. So here's what I'd love to see from future installments. We didn't get much on Rumi's parents, and while I can forgive that when it comes to this first movie, I feel like it'd be great to get more backstory in the next one. Maybe we could look into more than just Rumi's family and try to expand on Zoe and Mira's home lives, since both hinted at having their own struggles. I'd love to see how Mira's family especially views her now that she's a highly successful idol. Have they tried to leech off her success? Have they even attempted to reach out to her? Maybe they still disapprove of her, who knows? There's also this little theory going around the fandom that Jinu's sacrifice didn't kill him, just turned him into Rumi's sword, and do you know how badly I want that to be true? I want some Soul Eater style arguments mid-fight. Please give us Rumi arguing with her sword. This could also give us a chance to expand on their dynamic a bit more, since now they have to be around each other constantly, and it could add on an extra sense of tragedy to their relationship. They're together, and yet they're not. I'd also love to expand on demons a bit more, since, again, the whole demons have feelings too subplot was a little glossed over, and I'd love to have a demon emote and maybe even get some expansion on the Saja Boys, since I'm pretty sure it's been stated that they didn't actually die. One last general plot thing I'd love to see would be that a lot of people are suggesting they do a Trolls World Tour style plot where we meet other hunter groups. Although I'm not sure how viable this is, since I'm pretty sure it's implied that Huntrix and only Huntrix could create the Honmoon. But maybe there are different shields for different areas of the world. I'd love to learn about this a little more. Also, please let Bobby in on their secret. I think it'd be really funny. So, final thoughts. Please give me a sequel. Generally, I don't have much else to say. This is such a fun world, and it has so much potential. I can't wait to see what they do with it in like a possible sequel. Sequels plural, maybe? So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's short, I know, but there's not much I need to say other than watch the movie. And if you have watched the movie, how do you feel about K-pop Demon Hunters? Did you enjoy it? Have any predictions? Please feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Again, I make art and commentary videos, and your support would mean the world to me. If you want to see more of me, you can find my Etsy, where I again sell stickers, art prints, acrylic charms, and button pins, and social links in the description below. I believe that's all, so I'll see you all later. Bye! I just wanted to jump in and say, look at these attacks I got. I've gotten a lot more over on Artfight, but these two have explicitly given permission for me to like put their art at the end of my video, and I love both of them so much. So if you send an attack my way, or if you already have this year or last year, and you'd like your art featured at the end of these videos, just feel free to let me know, and I'll definitely add them in. Again, thank you so much to Questionable and Wasabim and just everybody who sent an attack my way so far. I didn't expect the amount I got within like the first week, so thank you so much. That's all I think, and thank you for watching. Bye! Again.